Welcome to Thursday, everyone. We are getting so much closer to the end of the week. It's October 8th. It's World Octopus Day. Can you believe it? World Octopus Day. Who defines world holidays? I'm not quite sure. I believe there's like a committee, maybe. I don't know. Or does someone just declare it, and if it gets really popular, they run with it? I don't know, but it is World Octopus Day. It's also National Pierogi Day, which I looked at it and I'm like, oh, my uncle from Peru makes those all the time. But I'd never heard them called pierogi. It's because pierogi is a Polish dumpling. And he's not from Poland. He is from Peru. And they call them empanadas. And that I know because I'm in Orlando, and Orlando has a huge Spanish influence. Huge Spanish influence. And you will see on the side of the road, you know how they have like boiled peanuts, they'll have empanadas, they'll have fresh seafood. You know, the flower stands. I don't know what's typical outside of Orlando, but these are things that are typical. But if you're like trying to raise a little extra money, sometimes you'll be outside of a busy area. You know how they have the food trucks, but these will just be a family making some empanadas. Hungry? We got empanadas, $6, and they're good. They're like little pocket dumplings. You should have some today. Or if you know where they sell empanadas, you should go. Or here they will be called empanadas. They will not be called pierogies. I don't actually know, unless if we go to a fancy restaurant, maybe we'll find somewhere that sells Polish food that has pierogies, but Polish food is not as big of an influence here as the Spanish empanadas. I'm pretty sure they're the same. Maybe they have a different meat or something. I'm not actually that well versed in it. I will have to call my uncle and ask him. This should be interesting. If you guys know, let me know. I like to learn. It's also Fluffernutter Day, which is way better. No, not way better. It's just different. Because this is, if you don't know what Fluffernutter is, it is 2 pieces of bread, a layer of peanut butter, hence the nutter, and then fluff. If you don't know what fluff is, fluff is like, it is marshmallow spread, right? You can find it in the grocery store. It is heaven. I have to put it way high so my kids don't get a spoon and just eat it out of the, I've caught him doing it, childs. But it is so amazingly good, and you can't have it too often because that is a surefire way to gain a ton of weight really fast. But it is amazing. So if you haven't tried it, you need to go to the grocery store. It is not expensive. Get a bottle or get a jar of fluff. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Fluff, peanut butter, bread, you got Fluffernutter. Today is the day to try it. If you haven't tried it, please try it and then let me know what you think, because it is amazing. It's really good. It's way better. You may never go back to peanut butter and jelly again. It may happen. Never ever going back. It is that good. Today is also October 8th, Thursday, is a day to go and get screened for depression. If you feel down consistently over a period of time, or you may not know why you're down, you're just down, that's depression. And it's not just something that, oh, you're just trying to get attention, or you can make a ton of excuses, especially if you've never had it in the past. But it is a serious problem that normal people get. If you have just moved, if you have just switched jobs, if there's been any major life changes in your life and you are taking it in strides, but you're just feeling down, that's depression. And you need to recognize it as such, because it is really important to focus on getting better. And the way you focus on getting better is, if there's a problem, you need to work on fixing it before you can get better. Or else you're just putting a Band-Aid over, a splinter. You have to get the splinter out first before you can start the healing process. And then B, you need to find ways to put happiness in your life. Whether it's getting a hobby, something to fulfill yourself. Find something to look forward to, and you need to put it in your schedule regardless of how busy you are. You need to make sure you get it right. Now, if you have been dealing with this for a really long time and your emotions feel like a roller coaster where you have high highs and then low lows, that's chronic depression, and that is a serious problem, and it is actually beyond your mental capacity, and it can be caused either chemically in your brain, or it can also be caused by major depression beforehand, and it's like ripples in a pond, and it affects you long after it's over because it has a serious effect on your body and your brain being down and depressed all the time. There's actual chemicals that are released and your body gets used to it, so it's producing those chemicals even though you're in a happier place. Well, you can see someone about it. There is medication for it, but if you feel like there is no way out, you need to seek medical attention and not be ashamed, because people go through it and people get better. I am a prime example of someone who went through chronic depression. I was dealing with stuff in my 20s that no one should have to deal with, and I got better, and I am in an amazing place. I do not take any medication. I am just happy. So you can too. You just have to focus on it. And this is the same for, like, if you know someone who is depressed or just constantly feeling down, or they seem to always just want attention by like focusing on the negative or anything like that, try to help them through it, or try to guide them to get help, because it's an actual medical problem and condition, and it's not something that's just made up or just in their head. And if it is just in their head, that means there's a problem in the head that needs to be fixed, because no one wants to be depressed. Nobody does. Nobody actually wants to be depressed. If they're constantly reverting back to that, it's a cycle that needs to be broken. It has to be broken, because the purpose of life, and I'm going to throw the biggest secret out there, the purpose of life is to be happy, for everyone to be happy, healthy, and successful in whatever they do. And I mean, that's what I live by. I live by that. I want everyone to be happy and to feel fulfilled and to make everyone else around them happy. Well, that is my rant and 2 cents of Thursday the 8th, because it's screening day. I wanted to put that out there for you to screen yourself, and if you might feel like you maybe just do it. Just go and get screened, and whether it's on the internet and you're just taking a self-quiz or whatever, because once you know, that's the first thing, recognition before you can get better. You recognize the problem, and then you go out and find a solution. And I hope you guys take my advice, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.